The concept of a stadium has been around for ages, but there was a long time period where stadiums disappeared, and when they finally returned, fittingly, the world started to compete with each other to see who could build better, faster, and bigger. Which leaves us to ask the questions. What is the world's largest stadium right now? And what is the world's largest stadium to ever be built? Let's find out the answer to that right after this. In today's economy, there's never been a bigger need to organize your life. Whether you are a small business owner or you are just selling things around your house online, you need a way to send things to the world without the hassle. Especially now when things are crazy busy. That's where ShipStation comes in, the solution to shipping things that eliminates the worry and the hassle. For me, I like that ShipStation helps figure out the best rate, and I can get accurate information so that I don't lose money on a deal. What's great is ShipStation imports orders from any online source and can automate any shipping task, making fulfillment easier. UPS, FedEx, and USPS all work with ShipStation. You can even get access to discounted rates. Not only is shipping easy with ShipStation, but it can save you money too. So after this video, go to shipstation.com/5points and get a 60-day free trial, just in time to handle the holiday rush. Again, that's shipstation.com/5points from the link below and get 60 days free. ShipStation. Make ship happen. Figuring out what the world's largest stadium isn't as easy as it sounds. There are many interpretations as to what makes an arena the biggest. The most seats, the most area, and in some cases, what even a stadium is. First, let's look at which stadium held the title of world's largest chronologically. Stadium Nemea in Greece is likely the world's first stadium, built in 776 BC. It was used for the Stadion, a running event, and held an estimated capacity of 10,000, though it's unlikely those were permanent seats. It makes the list for being first. Then came the Circus Maximus in 494 BC, which was destroyed by fire in 31 AD, and it had varying estimates on capacity. While the Circus Maximus was in ruins, it handed over the title of world's largest to the Colosseum, which came along in 70 AD. This engineering marvel could hold up to 87,000 seated Romans, however, it normally operated at about 50,000. Yes, it fell into disrepair during the Dark Ages, but the Colosseum, truly the world's first encapsulated large-scale arena, held the title of world's largest for nearly 1,800 years. A combination of the Black Plague, the discontinued use of the Roman recipe for concrete, and churches having no use for athletics made stadiums obsolete until the late 19th century. However, as the Colosseum sat in ruins, another large stadium, the Panathenaic Stadium in Greece, sat underground. Its ruins were discovered in 1870 and it was excavated and restored. It sat 80,000 in 1896 for the very first Olympics. The stadium actually still stands today at a capacity of 45,000 and very close to its original condition. Stadium history took a turn for the positive in the late 19th century. In 1872, Lansdowne Road was opened with a capacity of 23,000 spectators, marking the Great Reset of stadium building competition. It was used for rugby and association football and stood until 2006. Only 4 years later, Stamford Bridge would open, which had a capacity of 40,000. Opened for the London Athletic Club and later the home of Chelsea. The original Stamford Bridge employed the use of wooden grandstands, which was the precursor to the modern stadium. Wooden grandstands were great at the time, but they were susceptible to things like fire and collapse. But none of the large new wooden stadiums, not even White City Stadium, were as big as Zentralstadion in Leipzig, Germany, which was built in 1896 with a capacity of 100,000. Its name, which means Central Stadium, was then upgraded post the Second World War to 120,000 and served as an East German monument to communist might. It was one of the first large concrete bowls, which were much safer in construction than wooden grandstands. It stood until the year 2000 as the world's largest stadium, but was torn down, and a smaller stadium was built inside its skeleton. During the 20th century, stadium architecture evolved into the multiple-tier steel and concrete stadiums that were built to maximize entertainment, not capacity. In 1989, North Korea built what would become the world's largest stadium, the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium, which has a capacity of 114,000 seated spectators. It took over the world's largest title when Stadion was closed. The building is absolutely massive, has over 2.2 million square feet of floor space, and can hold many events such as football, professional wrestling, and the occasional execution carried out by anti-aircraft guns. Some may think that the list ends here, and Kim Jong-un would like it to, but in 2021 we got the new world's largest stadium when Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, India leapfrogged Rangrado and expanded its capacity to 132,000 spectators. The stadium is used for cricket matches and hosted Donald Trump. Look it up. Modi has undergone several changes to up its capacity to what it is today. Now, Wikipedia lists Modi as the world's largest, but I'm going to dispute that claim. Hold on, racing fans, I got you. To me, a stadium is an enclosed arena that features an open area in the middle, not the perimeter, for an athletic sporting contest. And there's one stadium that actually fits both of these bills, Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee, which boasts a capacity of 153,000 and has hosted both football games and races in its 60-year history. You might define world's largest in a number of ways, but Bristol is undoubtedly the largest capacity enclosed arena in the world. But wait, there's one stadium here that also had space for athletics that was massive as well. Strahov Stadium in the Czech Republic held 250,000 fans but only had a permanent seating of 57,000. Technicalities. There is one thing that Strahov is the world's largest in, however, and that's playing area, where inside it holds 9 football pitches. It used to hold massive gymnastics events, but since some areas have fallen into disrepair, it doesn't fit the criteria for world's largest from a capacity standpoint. But now, let's get back to racing and a track that actually looks similar to Strahov, the Brickyard, aka Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana. It has held up to 400,000 before, but is the world's largest sporting venue with 257,325 seats. It's so massive it has a golf course on it. If you count Indy as a stadium, then it is the largest modern stadium of all time. There, racing fan, you don't need to comment down below, but we're still not done. There is one stadium that is the world's largest of all time. And it's one I mentioned before, the Circus Maximus, built in 494 BC and altered over time. When at its peak, it supposedly held 300,000 spectators who watched chariots and people running. Like I said, it was damaged by fire in 31 BC, but according to my criteria, it was enclosed, had an area for athletics, and it even had wooden grandstands. Though it has fallen into ruins, the drawings of it in its glory make the Circus Maximus look breathtaking in its peak. I wonder how much a beer cost back then. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting films on sports and stadiums. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.